Okay, now we are going to be talking about what we call features engineering. This is actually a large topic, and we are going to have an introduction about it so that we can solve at least our problems that we will be facing when we implement algorithms. Let's assume that we have some data. We have feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, and then we have, of course, a label. Okay, and let's see that feature 1 has values 31, 2.1, 70, here 2, 21, but I'm gonna leave here empty. Next here we have 121. I'm gonna have here 0.1, 0.2. I'm gonna leave this empty. And finally here I'm gonna be having some strings. Let's say data 1, but it's a string actually. Then here maybe data 2, and then here we will leave it empty. Then I'm gonna be filling these just randomly. Data 7, and so on and so forth. Okay? When you get data, it's not always complete. In a lot of cases, you would be having missing data because this information maybe could not be collected for any reason. And when you try to read this data, especially in libraries like pandas, you are going to be having values here which are called nan. So all the empty values are going to be nans. Okay? When you try to pass these columns to your algorithm, if they contain any nan, well, it's going to create a problem for the algorithm because it does not know how to deal with it. Assume that you are trying to take the average of feature 2, and you pass feature 2, and then the library, let's say NumPy, sees that, okay, how do I add nan to the average? This makes no sense. So feature engineering, one of its branching is called pre-processing the data, meaning that make it suitable so that you can go and just process it. Now there are multiple types that we are going to learn about in order to pre-process this. One, we will be learning when should we drop nans. Meaning that if I see any nan, I would like to drop maybe the whole row and just delete it from my dataset. Two, it is about filling the nans with the mean value or the average value. Okay. Third is when I want to fill this nan with maybe zeros, zero values. Okay. And lastly, one of the issues as well when we try to work with strings here is that some of our algorithms will not accept strings. It will say, I'm expecting numerical numbers and you are passing me strings. How shall I process it? So we need also a way to deal with strings. And the way to do that is by what we call encoding. Now, encoding is about converting all the string values into numerical values, which we will be noticing some issues. If I, let's say, encoded data 1 that we have here, and I make it equal 1, and then I say data 2, I make it equals 2, this kind of encoding approach is also going to give me issues because now there is a numerical number higher than the other assigned to one of my labels here. So my algorithm might assume that the weight here is higher than the weight here. And this is something is not acceptable and it could create problems also when you are training your data. We are going to tackle all of these issues one by one and see how we can handle them.